They said every player needs a coach, every star needs a system, every talent needs control. But then came a man who broke every rule. A man who was not shaped by football. A man who forced football to shape itself around him. His name?
Zlatan Ibrahimović.
A lion in a world full of sheep. Before we begin the story of chaos, hunger, violence, football glory, and unbelievable ego, make sure to subscribe to The Real Sport. I'm a small creator with only 50 subscribers, and your support helps me keep making stories like this. Hit that subscribe button right now, you won't regret it. Now, let's enter the world of Zlatan. Part 1. Forged in Chaos. Zlatan Ibrahimović was not born in a stadium. He wasn't born into comfort. He was born into survival.
Malmö, Sweden.
1981. A broken home, a poor neighborhood, and a future that looked hopeless. A Bosnian father drowning in alcohol. A Croatian mother battling poverty and stress. Family problems, arrests, hunger. This wasn't childhood. This was war. And inside this chaos, a fire began to grow. Not a normal fire. A fire that would one day burn the world of football. Part 2. A troubled kid with a ball. Little Zlatan stole bikes, shoplifted food, got into fights, not because he was bad, but because the world around him pushed him into survival mode. But there was one thing that made him feel alive. A ball. At 6 years old, he started playing. At 13, he joined Malmö FF. At 15, he wanted to quit football forever. He even considered working on the docks. But one coach looked him in the eyes and said, "Don't quit." That one moment changed football history. Part 3. The rise of the uncoachable prodigy. Zlatan rose to Malmö's first team at 18. He suffered relegation. He fought back and earned promotion. Then Arsene Wenger called. Arsenal wanted Zlatan. But when Wenger said, "Come for a trial," Zlatan said the most Zlatan thing ever. Zlatan doesn't do trials. Only Zlatan could look at one of the greatest managers ever and say, "Take it or leave it." That insane confidence didn't destroy him. It became his signature. Part 4. Ajax. The birth of the monster. In 2001, Zlatan moved to Ajax. First, he was benched, ignored, underappreciated. But when Ronald Koeman took over, everything changed. Zlatan suddenly became a giant with ballet feet. He dribbled like a magician, scored like a machine, moved like gravity didn't apply to him. Then came that goal in 2004, dribbling past 5 players before scoring an iconic solo goal. Football had never seen anything like him. He wasn't just a striker. He was a myth in the making. Part 5. Italy. The lion claims his jungle.
Juventus, Inter Milan, AC Milan.
3 giants of Italian football, and Zlatan conquered all of them. At Juventus, he became a superstar. At Inter, he dominated Serie A and won title after title. At AC Milan, he took the Scudetto like it belonged to him. He became the most feared forward in Italy, a country known for defenders, and he destroyed them all. Part 6. The Barcelona disaster. Then came Barcelona, the dream move, the team that won everything. The team coached by Pep Guardiola. Zlatan started on fire, scored in his first 5 league games, dominated Spain. Then injuries came, then problems came, then Messi wanted the center role.
Pep chose Messi.
Zlatan exploded with anger. He told Pep, "You want to play with fire? I will bring you fire, but I will burn you." After that outburst, Zlatan was finished at Barcelona. He left humiliated but not defeated. Part 7. PSG. The dynasty builder. When Qatar bought PSG, they needed a king. They found a lion. Zlatan became the face of the new PSG era. He scored hundreds of goals, won trophy after trophy, brought fear back to Paris. He became a legend of the club. Part 8. The Premier League too old? Think again. They said he was too old. Too slow. Too finished for England.
Zlatan responded.
I didn't become too old. The Premier League became too slow. At Manchester United, he scored 17 league goals, won 3 trophies, carried the club on his back, became the oldest player with 15-plus Premier League goals. He made the Premier League look like a playground. Part 9. America meets the Lion.
La Galaxy.
He arrived with one sentence in the newspaper. Dear Los Angeles, you're welcome. America had never seen anything like him. Bicycle kicks, trash talk, fights, records, ego, brilliance. He shook the MLS. And when he left, he said, "You wanted Zlatan, I gave you Zlatan." Part 10. The final chapter. Return of the King. 38, he returned to AC Milan. Nobody expected anything. Everyone thought he came to retire. Instead, he resurrected the club, led the team, became the oldest scorer in Serie A history, won another Scudetto. At 41 years old, he was still fighting, still scoring, still Zlatan. He finally retired in 2023. Not because he was finished, but because even lions deserve rest. Part 11. The attitude of a god. Zlatan wasn't just a footballer. He was chaos, beauty, violence, trolling, ego, talent, magic. He punched teammates. He kicked opponents. He said things like, "Lions don't compare themselves to humans." But he also inspired millions. He showed that where you come from doesn't matter. What matters is your fire, your hunger, your belief in yourself. He was the most uncoachable, unpredictable, unforgettable player football has ever seen. He was not just a player, not just a legend. He was Zlatan. If you enjoyed this 20-minute documentary, please subscribe to The Real Sport. I'm a small creator with just 50 subscribers, and your support helps me grow and bring you more stories of the greatest icons in football history. Drop a like, leave a comment, and tell me, who should I cover next? This is The Real Sport, and Zlatan's legacy will never die.